Okay, everybody can see that? Yes? Okay. So, again, we decided that we were going to basically, unless you have a specific project that you are interested in, we are going to be looking at cancer. So you guys don't need your computers. You can shut them while I put those down while I present. Balboa, can you shut your computer while I present? Thank you. All right. What is cancer? So last time we were talking about, cancer is it's your own body basically going abnormal. And we don't, that's the hard part. And that's why we have a hard time destroying cancer, is because how do you kill something that is inherently you without killing the healthy stuff? If you're familiar with like chemotherapy, we kind of go medieval on cancer, and which causes all kinds of problems. That if you've ever seen somebody going through chemotherapy, their hair falls out, get really sick, their immune system goes to heck.
That's what chemo does?
That's what chemo does.
It destroys your immune system too?
Yep. So basically what we do in order to cure cancer for the most part is we just kind of napalm the whole body. Is we will go in and we kill all cells that are dividing. Right? Yeah, that's why people's hair falls out, because that's where you're actively, those cells are actually dividing in your body. So the goal is that if you can kill all the dividing cells, then maybe the cancer will go away. Here's what happens normally in cancer. Has anybody seen somebody go through like one round of chemotherapy? What usually happens with cancer?
The hair falls out, yeah.
Well, hair falls out, but what happens? So they get treated, and then what? Are they cancer-free usually?
No, the cancer just stops spreading.
They keep going back, right? So here's what happens is we treat the cancer, we try to kill all the dividing cells, but you can't kill them all because then the person will die. That's basically what chemotherapy is you basically take someone as close to death as possible. And that's why it's so miserable. So you try to kill all the dividing cells. It kind of stunts the cancer, but the problem is there's always cells left behind. And once you leave those, then it's called, what is it?
Rehabilitation.
No, not recidivism. That's more of a, what is it called? Basically, the cancer comes back, resurges back, and then it's immune to whatever you originally did to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't do anything, how does cancer kill you? What does it do to your body?
We're going to go over that.
Blood cells. No, it creates blood
Clots.
Yeah, that's
That's a Hispanic tongue, right? Blood clots, yeah. First off, let me show you a video. This is a video that this cancer treatment place put out. And I think this is kind of a good introduction to what cancer is. So let me plug this in. Wait a minute. Okay, can everybody see that? Sorta? Okay, pay attention.
Be diagnosed with cancer. But despite those huge numbers, most individuals don't know what that really means.
Oh, wait, let me go back. Okay.
1 out of every 2 men and 1 out of every 3 women will be diagnosed with cancer.
1 out of
But
every
despite
2
those
men.
huge numbers,
50% of all
most
men.
individuals don't know what that really means.
Can everybody hear? Yes.
At the simplest
No,
level, cancer
1 and 2. Oh,
or
wait.
cancer
Yeah,
cells
you're right.
are cells that have lost the ability to follow the normal control that the body exerts on all cells. In our body, we have billions and billions of cells, and they have different functions. It's a very complicated process under incredibly phenomenal control. And if something goes wrong and that control is lost, then particular cells escape the normal control mechanisms, and they continue to grow, and they may spread. That's what we call cancer.
Those cells together, we would call that a tumor. Specifically, cancer is a malignant tumor, and we call it malignant because not only can it invade into adjacent organs, but unfortunately a cancer can spread to other tissues,
That's how it
and that
kills.
can be life-threatening.
Cancer can actually occur anywhere in the body because there are cells everywhere in the body. In women, one of the most
Breast
common
cancers.
cancers, of course, is breast cancer, and in men, prostate cancer. And in both men and women, lung cancer and colon cancer are common cancers.
It's important to understand that the cancer that occurs in one individual is very
important.
different than the cancer that occurs in another.
Not all
Just
breast
like
cancer is the
those
same.
individuals are different. So a lung tumor in one person will be very different from a lung tumor in another person.
Once the diagnosis of cancer is made, of course, the next obvious question is, what do you do? There are several things that are really relevant. The stage of the cancer, which is information about where is the cancer. You say it's a particular kind of cancer. How much cancer is present? Has it spread? Is it in lymph nodes? Has it spread to other organs of the body?
Cancer treatment actually is very complex. And part of the reason is because cancer is this constellation of over 200 different diseases. They have common characteristics, but they're all very different from each other. In addition to that, the cancer itself is not homogeneous. There may be 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different slight variations in the cancer cells that are there. People ask, why? Why does my cancer not go away? It shrunk by 70%. What's wrong with the other 30%? Well, it's probably a different subtype of that
happens a
cancer,
lot.
which is going to require a different kind of treatment.
There are 3 primary therapies for cancer: surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy. Surgery works by directly removing the tumor. The radiation therapy provides X-rays to kill individual cells, and the chemotherapy provides chemicals that can kill those individual cells, but they have side effects.
The best therapies that we can produce really are the result of optimizing the amount of tumor that we can kill by any treatment and minimizing the amount of damage that we cause to the normal cells that would be affected by that treatment.